Hey future LPTs, I am teacher Trixie and this is our BLEPT Review 2025 series. In this project, each of us will walk you through different topics to help you review smarter and prepare better. I will be covering literary criticism, so sit back, take notes, and let's get you one step closer to that license. Question number one, a method of literary analysis that focuses on the text itself and examines its structure, language, imagery, and other external features of the text. A. Psychoanalysis. B. Formalism. C. Feminism. D. Deconstructionism. Okay, you can pause this video so you can read and answer at your own pace. Okay, so the correct answer is letter B, formalism. So let's discuss why. Letter A, psychoanalysis examines text through psychoanalytic theory, mainly Freud's concept of the unconscious mind, drives and defense mechanism. Feminism, on the other hand, highlights gender representation rooted to the society's perception, while deconstructionism, it focuses on dismantling the seemingly fixed meanings of language and exposing how these meanings are always different and reliant on differences and other words. Whereas formalism, it focuses on analyzing the text itself. So the correct answer is letter B. Number two, Macbeth kills Duncan or King Duncan because he unconsciously recognizes the king as a father figure. Hence, Duncan is a rival for power and the affection of people. Based on the analysis above, what literary criticism was used? A. Psychoanalysis. B. Formalist criticism. C. Feminist criticism. D. Deconstructionism. Same banana, you can pause this video so that you can answer in your own pace. Okay, so if you answered A, psychoanalysis, then you got it correctly. Okay, so we already know that formalist focuses on the text itself. It doesn't concern itself with the unconscious mind of the character in analyzing the text. Feminist, again, it deals with how gender are being presented in the text, how women are viewed in the context of patriarchy. But take note, feminist not only highlights women but also representation of men and the patriarchy. Deconstructionism dismantles the seemingly constant interpretation of the text, so the correct answer is psychoanalysis. Why? What's the keyword here in the question? It is what? Unconsciously. When we try to assess the thinking of the character based on their subconscious or unconscious mind, we are criticizing the text using psychoanalysis. So the correct answer is, again, psychoanalysis. Number three, a literary approach that explores the power struggles of those who are minorities in the dominant culture. A. Psychoanalysis. B. Reader's response. C. Feminist criticism. D. Marxism. Again, if you need more time, you can just pause this video. So the correct answer is letter D, Marxism. Why? Because A, psychoanalysis, again, this deals with the subconscious and unconscious mind of the characters, what drives their action. We can also look into their superego, ego, and id. While for reader response, we take into considerations the reader's responses to the text. For feminist criticism, again, we discuss or we view the text depending on how women are being portrayed in the text as well as the patriarchy. And when we talked about Marxism, this deals with the power struggles, how the higher class or how the higher class subjugates the lower classes. So the correct answer is again letter B. Number four, a literary analysis that is concerned with the roles played by gender confining to society's definition of femininity and masculinity. Again, if you need more time, you can just pause this video. A. Psychoanalysis. B. Reader's response. C. Feminist criticism. D. Marxism. So if you have answered feminist criticism, then you got it correctly. As we kept on saying, feminist criticism is concerned with the roles played by gender, confining to the society's definition of femininity and masculinity. It is important to take note that when we talked about feminism or feminist criticism, it is not only concerned with the roles that are played or that is being played by women in the text, but also how men are being portrayed, their roles in the text. And psychoanalysis, again, we study the text through the lens of the thinking, the subconscious, the mind of the characters. For Marxism, we have the power struggle, the classes. For readers' response, we take into consideration how the readers reacted to the story. So again, the correct answer is feminist criticism. I hope you're still with me. So number 5, the teacher tasked the class to read Mary Shelley's Frankenstein and asked them how they feel and their thoughts about the creation. A. Psychoanalysis. B. Reader's response. C. Feminist criticism. D. Marxism. Again, you can pause this video so that you can answer. Alright, so the correct answer is B. Reader's response. Okay, the letter A, it couldn't be letter A, psychoanalysis, because we do not talk about the subconscious, the mindset of the characters. It cannot also be a feminism because we did not take into consideration gender. Same goes with Marxism. We did not talk about classes, power struggle, or how the higher class subjugates the lower class. It is reader's response because what? The teacher have asked the class how do they feel and their thoughts about the creation. We take into consideration the response of the readers when examining the text. So the correct answer is B, reader's response. And we have our question number 6. A literature student studies the life of Shakespeare to examine how his personal experiences, beliefs, and background might have influenced his play Romeo and Juliet. So, what kind of analysis do you think this shows? A. Psychoanalysis. B. Reader's response. C. Biographical criticism. D. Marxism. Again, you can just pause this video. And the correct answer is biographical criticism. When we say biographical criticism, we study or we look into the text through examining how the author's personal experiences, beliefs, and his background might have influenced the story. So in our question, the literature student have taken note of these things. The Shakespeare's personal experiences, his beliefs, and his backgrounds. So with that, the correct answer is biographical criticism. Because again, we did not take into account the mind of the characters. We did not also take into consideration the reader's responses, how they have reacted. And it is not about Marxism as well. There is no power struggle. Again, the student have focused or focused on the life of Shakespeare when he is examining the text. All right, let's move to our question number 7. Which of the following shows a formalist approach? A. Assessing the three little pigs' desires through their actions. How are the three little pigs are portrayed or being portrayed in the text? C. The child was afraid of the big bad wolf. D. Who among the three little pigs is controlled by his ego? You can pause this video so that you can answer. Okay, so the correct answer is letter B. How are the three little pigs are being portrayed. All right, because again, when we talked about formalist approach, we examine the text by the text itself. We do not go outside the text. And for letter A, assessing the three little pigs' desires through their actions, since this talk about the pig's desires or drive, this actually through the lens of psychoanalysis. And letter C, the child was afraid of the big bad wolf. Of course, this is what? The response of a reader, so this is reader's response. And letter D, who among the three little pigs is controlled by his ego? Again, when we talked about ego, superego, that is what? That is psychoanalysis. Alright, number 8, a literary analysis that focuses on form, organization, structure, word choice, and multiple language. A. Structuralism. B. Reader's response. C. Biographical criticism. D. Marxism. Okay, so the correct answer, of course, is structuralism. When we say structuralism, we focus on the form, the organization, the structure, the word choice, and multiple languages used in the text. And as per the three, reader's response, biographical criticism, Marxism, we have already discussed those things. So let's move on to our next question. Down to our last two questions. Number 9, which of the following best describes the core idea of structuralism in literary theory? A. It is interpreted based on the author's personal life. B. Examines the unconscious desires and motivations of the characters. C. The structure and meaning of a text can only be understood by analyzing its underlying system, such as language and narrative conventions. The interpretation of the text varies on the readers. If you need longer time, you can just pause this video so that you can answer. Alright, let's reveal our answer for question number 9. Okay, there you go. And our correct answer is letter C. Because we are talking about structuralism here. And again, structuralism is concerned with the structure of the text. Alright, and letter A, it is interpreted based on the author's personal life. As we all know, this is biographical criticism. Letter B examines the unconscious desires and motivations of the characters. Of course, this is psychoanalysis. And letter D, interpretation of text varies on the readers. This, of course, is a reader's response. So I hope you were able to get the correct answer. Let's move to our last question. Number 10. While studying Edgar Allan Poe's The Raven, your teacher says the poem is tragic because Poe wrote it after losing his wife. As a formalist critic, how would you respond? A. Focus on the poem's rhyme, repetition, and structure. B. Agree the author's life is the key to the meaning. C. Look at your personal feelings about loss. D. Examine how Edgar Allan Poe's wife was portrayed. Just pause the video so you can answer. And on our next page, we're going to reveal the correct answer. Alright, good job. So the correct answer is letter A. Focus on the poem's rhyme, repetition, and structure. Because again, it is a formalist approach, so we do not go beyond what is outside the text. For letter B, examine unconscious desires and hold on. Alright, for letter B, agree the author's life is the key to the meaning. So if we agree to the author's life or we take into consideration the author's personal experience, then it is a biographical criticism. Letter C, look at your personal feelings about loss. If you look into your emotion as a reader, then it is a reader's response. Lastly, examine how Edgar Allan Poe's wife was portrayed. Since we are talking about the gender, Edgar Allan Poe's wife, then this is a feminist approach. This should be the end of our BLEPT Review Series 2025. I hope you were able to enjoy our short discussion. Thank you so much for watching future LPTs. Just know that I'll be rooting for you, hoping that you'll be passing the next board exams. Okay, that should be it. Goodbye.